Hey everybody, clearing. All right. Oh, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to give you an update or not. There are some really cool things coming up in the near future, collaboration and some other stuff going on. So I'm just going to leave that little bit of a tantalizing tidbit there, and let's get into a reading. So this is going to be a divine masculine check-in, but this is for divine feminines. And what do the divine feminines really need to know? What is the angle, the awareness, the relevance of checking in about your divine counterpart? So we're going to look at what the divine masculines are consciously dealing with. We're going to look at what that means for the connection and what the feminines need to know about it. So masculines, you are welcome to watch this and see if it's your reading. But this one's geared to divine feminines. Here we go. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. Wow, we have the Fool here, ready for a leap of faith. What do the divine masculines have going on their conscious mind? What does that mean for the connections at this time when this reading finds you? What do the divine feminines most need to know that will help on the journey at this time? Put it into perspective, context, help with integration, all of that. Okay, here we go. So conscious mind about the connection. Knight of Cups, love offers in the air. It's almost giving Cupid vibes somehow here. So masculines are feeling the love today. It feels like they have enough to give, or they're contemplating that. Yeah. It's like looking at when they haven't had enough love to give. They haven't had enough for themselves, let alone being able to give it to another. That's changing. I'm hearing specifically because of the safety that the divine feminine has been providing the divine masculines on the planet. So, zoom out for a minute. We have these individual connections that we may or may not be navigating. Everybody's in a connection that they're wondering about, they're growing and exploring, but we don't know. We don't know who we're going to pair up with when all is said and done. We have a belief that the person we're watching this for might just be that person. However, who knows? Who knows? It's a grand adventure, but the masculine and feminine collectives, the divine masculine and feminines that make up this beautiful group of souls on the planet that are true love seekers, that are setting the bar, that are doing the spiritual work, that are healing, that are stepping onto purpose, that are making the world truly a more vibrant, beautiful, alive, righteous, aligned place. Those feminines have been stepping down from taking breadcrumbs. Those masculines have stopped the player energy. We're all putting the brakes on that player culture in this collective, right? We're not going there. We're not allowing that. It's like a big old freight train that's being stopped, even if the person you're watching this for, or if that message doesn't resonate. Just you being a purist in righteousness, coming into alignment, is putting the brakes on all that crazy making stuff. It's setting the markers higher. These divine masculines are coming into the blessing of that. They're actually allowing themselves to progress and mature beyond that idea that they have to be God's gift to every feminine, right? Or spread themselves too thin, or, pleasure seeking, temporary gratification. This is a deepening. This is Like I can feel this is a resilient energy that is beyond that get your kicks kind of energy. Oh, wow. As within, so without. I just saw that it's the same card to clarify the same card. Like they're feeling the love within and they're able to give the love externally. So feminines, this should also mark you feeling more love within the connection without having to be told, without it having to be demonstrated, knowing it. You know, that masculine polarity in you is also imbuing action and speech and your comings and goings with more genuine love. What do the feminines need to know about this? Six of Cups. I'm hearing inner union. Like the Six of Cups is this soul connection, but you're feeling it regardless of the masculine polarity expressing this. And you're feeling it even more deeply where it's warranted, is what I'm hearing. This whole message is about both counterparts feeling it for real for once. First person, not having to have it. There's a timer going off right now. It's like love o'clock. We're actually feeling it first person within ourselves. Really, that's extraordinary, right? Karmic relationships are totally built on you're not making me happy. You don't love me. Love me more. Do this for me. Give me my love languages. Help me survive in this cold, dark world so I'm not alone, right? This is really the divine template where we have that flame, that source energy lit within us, and we're not taking from someone because we don't have it already. It is quite a developmental curve to get over that, but in this collective, we're getting beyond those victim mentalities. We're getting beyond the hardship. We're getting beyond the poverty, emotional poverty, and the idea of lack, competition, loss. This is extraordinary. Root chakra healing, we're really grounding this. We're grounding it into the physical, embodying. What can we see for the conscious mind from the masculines to the feminines? Queen of Cups, they are acknowledging your wisdom, your intuition, your foresight, your commitment well before they were feeling this genuine fullness in their core, this healthy sense of pride, this warm golden glow within. You saw that in them, and they know you did. They know you did. So there's an acknowledgement here. And yes, they are much more open to what can actually unfold. You know, because you're so prophetic, because you sensed the potential, there has been it's almost like a lag where the masculines have had to come into the love for themselves so they could actually reflect back what you were already picking up on from the beginning, feminines. And now that this love has helped support them to come into that, it's a perfect mirror. It's a perfect teamwork. So you haven't done it for them. They have been inspired in part by this love, but they also manifested you right when you came into their life because they were already on this sacred journey for themselves. And so the credit isn't because of you, it's a reflection of their developmental stage, of your developmental stage, and it's deepening all the time. As it's aligning, though, there seems to be more synergy. There's another level of what can be possible that's exceeding the previous expectations. What do the feminines need to know about this? Eight of Wands. There's a lot of electric energy going back and forth between the masculines and the feminines here. This is Cupid's love arrows. Actually, that's the second. So Cupid is about to strike, and it feels like the masculines are about to turn around, and I don't want to say, I hesitate to say they're going to start chasing per se, but acknowledging, taking aim. Watch for anything actually that has to do with target practice. That I just heard is a sync. So there is we've been getting this Eight of Wands a lot in the inverse, which over the Lionsgate portal, it was almost like a red light stop sign consistently with this: do not tune in. We're not being able to tune into each other. We're not meant to be tuning into each other. We're meant to be focusing on our own. We're meant to be pushing through this last little bit. I just saw 1111. But now here it is on the other side of the eclipse, just like channeled through in the mid-July, that on the other side of the eclipses, we're going to start seeing things in the physical much different. It's going to be different than before August Lionsgate portal, different than before the eclipses, different than any other cycle in the connection. These masculines are about to come into their empowerment within these connections. You haven't seen energy in alignment yet in these connections, like how it's about to start. So again, it's not chasing, it's aligning. What can we see for the masculines on the heart space here? The world in the inverse and karmic things. There's some decisions to be made right now, and the masculines know that they are picking their battles. There are certain things that are still floating around in their heads, I just heard. Little minute insecurities, little carryover thoughts from the past that were undermining or niggling. It feels like just this last little push of patience before the world, before the closure, before something that these masculines are aware of is closed out. So feminines, what this means for the connection, it's almost like brushing the lint off of something. I just saw an image of like really making sure that the fluff, the lint, the pet hair, I don't know, there's something about dusting the cobwebs, dusting off the mantle. I just heard it's like polishing things, and I just heard spit polishing. So really preparing. Cleanliness is next to godliness, I just heard. So as far as this love on the heart space, masculines are really refining as this, whatever needs to still close out in the material realm, the previous karmic scenarios, that can be both sides of the dynamic. Whatever needs to be closed out like that, it's really this nuanced excellence, this elegance, sophistication, it's the finesse. So it's like with this love that's this healthy pride, this love that's growing, it really feels like it's permeating on the heart space here to almost make the ordinary extraordinary, the mundane splendorous, the details come alive, the intention be imbued with meaning. There's an aliveness that's coming in to life. I just heard the divine say that's what happens when you align. It's like all systems go. It's like the circuitry can run as it's supposed to. It's like high octane. What is the message for the feminines? The Hierophant, the High Priest here. Look at that channeling, the downloads, the peace. Feminines, spend time in meditation right now, really seeking source guidance to go through whatever you're going through right now. There's a labyrinth, but there's peace. The Star of Destiny is there. There are two mountains. There are a bear and an ox, transformation and empowerment. And this galactic energy coming in, this divine energy coming in. So whatever it is, this world in the inverse, whatever needs to close out, go straight to source every step of the way here. Doves are a symbol of the Holy Spirit as well. So remember to keep that in the forefront. Compassion, integrity, mercy. Stay in balance in all things, feminines. What can we see on the Heart of Hearts for how these masculines are viewing their feminine? 10 of Cups. Wow, we've got the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups. So the masculines do feel like they need a little bit more time to come into the wellspring of good feelings that they have as this love continues to sort of grow in them. It's almost like they have turned the faucet on for love. They've gotten through something. It's like I'm seeing strange imagery, but a clawfoot bathtub being repaired. It used to be rusty possibly and have leaks, and now it's been enameled again and it's holding water, and it's time to turn on the faucet of love here. We've got all these cups, we've got all this loving energy coming in, and they see you, divine feminines, as the Queen of Cups, the one worthy of that love, the one already in the energy of that love. On their Heart of Hearts, they feel nothing but love. Oh, so, and their free will here. So we have 55. I was actually doing my workout today on September 22nd, and I stopped my timer. I was doing a few different things, and it was literally at 5 minutes and 55 seconds, and 5 minutes 55 seconds 0.55, and it was at 5:55. I screenshotted that thing and I heard changes are happening, and I just held that for a moment and I intended it out for the collective. I held it in my spirit, and here it is, the 55, and 5 plus 5 is 10. It's an equation. So the 5 of Swords is the free will. What I'm feeling in this energy, and also in those changes that I was in the energy of earlier, is that there have been those self-sabotage. The 5 of Swords for me is the card of free will. And when we are in fear, we're slanting everything in a way that's not true. We're pessimistic, we're fearful, we're skeptical, we're disbelieving, we push things away, we're resistant, we're not accurate, we're not clear. But when we focus on the love and believe, the 10 of Cups can be a fantasy as well. And it's one thing to just flat out not believe in love, and then it's another thing to believe in such a perfect love that it feels unattainable. And so both extremes are not productive. The 5 of Swords, these masculines are seeing that whole gamut of inaccessible love, whether they're pessimistic or they've got it too much on a pedestal. There's something here in the Heart of Hearts where they're realizing they have had you in that role, in the whole spectrum of assessments. It's like they've seen the good, bad, and ugly in their lives, and likely projected all of that past wounding onto your connection in some way at low times. I'm just hearing jealousy, envy, rejection. They felt it all. And it's in these connections, in divine connections, it's illusion. So ultimately here, you know, they've seen their coping methods and the way that they assess things when they're under stress, when they're feeling unstable or fearful. In the heart of hearts, they're really taking a close look at the way that they process things. I'm hearing them say, my divine feminine is the one person that actually none of those fears hold water. That tub analogy again. It's like they've realized it was their emotional container that was always leaking because they were always undermining themselves because of trauma, because of fear, because of worthiness, because of insecurity, worthiness issues. And so they're really taking accountability. There's something that's been happening that you've been divinely guided. The energy has been getting to them. You've been taking care of your own nurture, your own wholeness. And that's really been radiating out towards your masculine. And your divinely guided movement in the world, being led by the Holy Spirit, has worked miracles you have no idea the divine used you for in your masculine's life, I'm hearing. Directly, indirectly, I heard social media. Even if you're not in connection, this is a telepathic card. And so there's thoughts that would have come back to your counterpart. There are signs and synchronicities, epiphanies, memories. So you don't even have to be in communication for this message to be true. If you are in communication, your masculine is just blown away by the confirmation that you have offered them in some way that you never could have known would have impressed upon them so deeply. What is the advice for the feminines here? 4 of Cups. Stay in peace. There's no such thing as a missed opportunity. Just know that you have been backed by so much unconditional love the whole way through this journey. Look at that huge cup of love behind that feminine there. As you've been coming into alignment, it's been helping you come into alignment. This whole journey has been what is best for both of you. This journey of growth. The 4 of Cups can be missed opportunities or the illusion of missed opportunities, but every time we think we've missed an opportunity, it's been unrequited love, it's been a false start, that's all an illusion. It was never meant to come together right then. It was meant to expand your compassion. It was meant to be expansion from the divine. Usually this card has a cup of love coming in from the clouds by the hand of the divine. So when things don't go our way, it stretches our capacity, our resilience, our heart, the way that we can hold space. It's almost like absence makes the heart grow fonder. And so, yeah, the way this journey has unfolded and that you're still sitting in this unconditional love for your masculine, it's really showing them that they have nothing to be afraid of. I'm seeing shadow puppets, scary monster shadow puppets, and then a tiny little kid making those around the corner. It's like that, like the masculines haven't needed to be afraid of you, your love, this scenario. You know that, feminines, you know that. But the masculines are coming to that because they're loving themselves enough now to understand how profoundly pure your love has been. So divine feminines, write in the comments section, my love is pure, my love is divine. What can we see for the manifestations these masculines wish? King of Cups. Okay, we've got the whole Cups family here. The Page of Cups hasn't shown up yet, but we've got the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the King of Cups. This is the developmental process here where the masculines have turned that faucet of love on and we're filling up to King of Cups level. and the passion. So this emotionally backed passion, it's like an ignition of passion. These masculines have been so attracted to you feminines, so much so that they didn't know what was wrong with them or what hit them. Their emotions are catching up to them consciously now. In the past, they were not emotionally available or equipped to blend their emotions with their sense of chemistry and attraction. They misread what level that attraction was on. And now that the emotional awakening is coming in here, because they're allowing themselves to be worthy, they're allowing themselves to love on this level, they're allowing themselves to come out of the holding pattern that said they weren't there yet, they needed to do more, they needed to be perfect, they needed to balance something out in their lives, work towards something before they were ready, all of that. And there's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm seeing them getting to a place now where they've reached some sort of milestone or developmental marker that they are starting to really connect their emotional permission. So emotional availability doesn't mean they were ill-equipped or not wanting to be connected with you with a free flow of emotion. They used every bit of stamina and composure to hold back that part so that they could channel that into whatever this is that they had for goals, for dreams, for aspirations, for their own maturity. They needed to come into something here, and it's backing this passion now. It's like, I don't know why I'm hearing, oh, it's like this staff is like popping a hole in heaven and we just hear angels like, oh. What is the advice for the feminines? The Magician. There's that staff popping that hole in heaven again. Look at that. It's like the masculines have needed to get to this place where they have felt secure that it's enough, that it is pure enough or good enough. It's funny because when we say good enough, we can say, we're trying to achieve something that we want to be a certain level of excellence. But there is also an emotional assessment of what good enough is, which can have to do with righteousness and alignment. And so while we're striving to goals, oftentimes we get tunnel vision, and a lot of the lower vibrational things that we've been spending time on, leaking energy, distractions, those fade out and away from us when we set a worthy goal. And it doesn't mean that we have to achieve the goal to be righteous, but in the process of focusing our energy towards accomplishing a goal, we learn the discipline to release a lot of things that don't serve. And that's what I'm getting here, is that the masculines followed some audacious goals. They learned discipline. They learned how to be these magical manifestors. This wizardly magician. Oh my goodness. What can we see? And this is, their emotions are filling up in them. There's such a healthy sense of pride in this reading today. What can we see for the actions these masculines are wishing to take? They want to unblock. They're praying about how to move out of a stalemate. Stalemate? I almost wanted to say checkmate, but it's not like that. A stalemate. Yeah, they don't want this connection to be in a stalemate holding pattern. So they're praying because it really has gone into that kind of a brink or a holding pattern, a prolonged holding pattern. We often see the tension of the masculines not coming forward and the whole dynamic being stretched to the max. But there's a prayer card here. What is the advice for the feminines? Dry your tears, mend your weary heart. So this really isn't a rejection. It has never been a rejection of you. It's been that the masculines have been coming into their divinity, their wholeness, their capacity, their righteousness, and whatever they've needed to focus on in order to give themselves that time, that space, that direction. They know that it's time to start bridging here with you. I am noticing this is the Two of Swords to the Three of Swords. It feels like there's a progression here. So pray, feminines, for direction as well. Meditate on what you can do to look at the heartache in a different way so it's not heartache, so that you're not filling in stories that aren't true. Your masculine hasn't rejected you. Your masculine hasn't abandoned you. Your masculine has been finding themselves because this love is so unconditional and powerful. So any minute storylines that you might still be harboring that are skeptical that your masculine loves you, remove those. If the person you're watching this for, on the off chance, wasn't your divine masculine, wasn't your counterpart, you still don't want to be going around in victim mode. Why would you wait for someone that you thought of this way? That's all trauma bond. That would be ego. So if it's truly a divine counterpart, how could you even use the logic that this person has rejected or abandoned you? There's something else going on that is not rejection or abandonment. If this truly is a divine counterpart, then those things are not true. And if this isn't a divine counterpart that you're watching this for, what are you doing? Get on with it, you know? So either the story is not accurate that you're telling yourself, or you're clinging to something that you deserve better than. You be the judge of your own scenario. What can we see for the biggest challenge for these masculines? Three of Cups, more cups, more cups. The mystery, the joy and celebration. These masculines have a mandate to come back in with joy and celebration now that that really cringy, hard part has been done. The karmic war has been waged. How many cups here? Wow, it's like 10, 13, 14, 15... 16 cups. It's like all cups, all cups, all cups. Wow. And the moon. It's like all this love is coming up. The love was never the issue. The love was never the issue. It's the becoming. It's been the becoming. And that is also not an issue. The becoming is this revelation of divinity, of majesty. It's not an issue. It's just that it is unfolding. What do the feminines need to know? Seven of Cups. There's that dove, that peace again. Find the peace in your heart. Find the peaceful storylines. Don't tell yourself suffering storylines. If you are in a situation where there is just actually suffering storylines, and that's the truth of the situation, remove yourself. If you are superimposing suffering storylines that don't need to be there, remove those thoughts from yourself. What can we see for the solution? The Three of Swords and Ace of Pentacles. So the truth shall set you free. So now we have this same Three of Swords, but we have the truth, the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Swords that we have with this unblocking. So setting the record straight, seeing things accurately, each having their truth that coexist. This is the truth, that the Three of Swords is fictitious. This new beginning it's a fallacy that you can actually be hurt by anyone else. If you're putting yourself in situations with individuals who are not trustworthy or kind, then you're accountable to take yourself out of that. If you're in a situation with someone who is trustworthy and kind and loving, and you're getting hurt feelings, then you are responsible to look at things in the right way so that you're not doing that to yourself. It's just that simple. It's one or the other. So, I mean, this is the solution. Which is it? Which is it? Them's the facts. Okay, the Emperor. So this is the soul-searching feminines. So I have to say I'm feeling that some people that watch this video after these eclipses here are going to literally, this message, the way that message has come through for some watching this, it will be an easy disconnect because there will be an immediate, this person hasn't been treating me the way that I deserve. I pray that for those that message is for, that you instantly have peace about letting that kind of abuser or negative person in your life go. These readings, and I want to say the readings that I do all the time that don't get into these specifics, are all for divine beings. But every once in a while, especially when the algorithms get my videos pumping into out of the usual group that has been, thank you so much for the last few years, you 2,500 people that watch my stuff every day. My goodness, I love you. I love you. And I love all of you people who are just tuning in. By the way, like the video. It does no harm, right? Subscribe, all that. There are messages that come in sometimes where I have to say it out loud. My readings are either pointing you in real love direction or talking about people who are truly embodying divine love. And so I'm not going to be talking about a sneaky deaky shady ex. I'm not going to be talking about the creepo down the street. I'm not talking about imbalanced love here. I'm talking about true divine counterpart love. Mutual, deep, soul level love. And it's not a stretch to see this stuff as righteous and beautiful and, again, mutual. Consciously mutual. I would say that's another thing that I don't say out loud a lot on my videos is the people that are in this collective that I'm speaking to, these masculines are not in denial and they are not in a lower vibrational unawakened state. These masculines are really on it. They know what they're talking about. And these feminines, they are receptive to their specific masculine. There's a very, very beautiful energy in the readings that I channel here. So yeah, feminines, this is about the embodiment of what a true divine masculine is, and you calling that in, you knowing which it is for you, you differentiating for who you're, like discerning the energy for who you're watching this for, and you being very honest with yourself about if this masculine that you're connected with, if this resonates. If they don't, and you're watching this video, you are destined to align with a masculine who does resonate this way. So you win both ways, feminines. Okay, and masculines, likewise, if you're not in the energy of the divine masculine energy I'm reading on here, it's not by chance that you're watching this video because your soul is resonating with this energy. You're here for a reason. And so for anyone here, whether you found your counterpart or you're not so sure or you absolutely know you haven't yet, let the messages renew your hope and love, please. And like the video, subscribe, share, hype it up. Okay, what can we see for the direction in the near future? We do have that Ace of Coins coming in. There is something that's going to be different than ever before. Wheel of Fortune, wow. What a powerful combination. There is a spark about to catch like wildfire in these connections in the collective. Divine timing. Vulture spirit, like nothing is wasted with vultures. Just when you think something is done, right? Not useful anymore. Boom. It's like ignition happens. You don't see this coming, feminines. This is a divine feminine reading. Now, the masculines know that this has been a game of divine timing. What's happening in the connection with both feminines and masculines, vigilant to watch for the divine timing, to feel deep in our hearts what's righteous and true, and to just be genuine and authentic every step of the way. Eventually, that was a match being lit. Eventually it strikes and it ignites. And this is what we're seeing. We got the Ace of Wands right on top of the Ace of Pentacles. So a new beginning in the physical has already happened, where this passion, this inspiration, this aliveness is about to come in. Advice for you feminines. Two of Swords. This feminine has her eyes closed here. This is giving me the feeling of feminines, you know, you've been wondering, you've been in this a while. You're wondering where to go from here and what to do next. This is a deep contemplation with every choice you make. This is about you listening to your heart in the matter in all things and continuing to stay the course with what your heart is guiding you in every moment of every day, knowing your truth. You know, this is you needing to choose. Do you choose love or fear? What does love and fear look like in this scenario? You know, when we're in a karmic situation, love looks like stepping away. When we're in a divine connection, love looks like leaning in regardless of external proof. So there is a choice here, feminines. And this reading is very specific for either affirming that this divine love is what it is, or empowering yourself to let go of the connection that you're clinging to if it is not of love. You cannot underestimate the divine. If you are in a connection that has been the best that you have ever imagined, but it's still not quite the peaceful, deeply supportive, incredibly grounded, rock and love beyond your wildest dreams, just keep going towards that. Divine love. Divine love. It's a thing. It's a thing. Oh, I feel a lot of endorphins and a lot of energy around this reading. What can we see from the Nirvana Oracle, modern Nirvana Oracle? Gratitude and greatness. Oh, one more hiding in here. What is it? Ecstasy. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty euphoric right now. Gratitude, greatness, ecstasy. I'll hold these up. So yeah, I'm just getting like, don't be afraid. Don't settle. Step into this ecstatic greatness. Don't dim your light. Don't settle. Don't shrink. Not in your thoughts, not in your actions, not in what you believe is possible, not in this moment. Gratitude. We are never more than one grateful thought away from peace. in our heart. So find that grateful thought, with or without this person. Find something you can be grateful regarding this journey, regarding this person. If you can't find something to be grateful with this person, be grateful you've learned what not to align with. There's a lot of karma that we're all coming out of as well. Be grateful for those lessons. Okay, ecstasy. When you're inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bonds. Okay, so that's the frequency of inspiration that's about to hit. So there's an expansion happening where more life force energy, more divine purpose is going to be coming into the lives of every single person that has watched this video, that will watch this video. No matter if you're watching it for your actual divine counterpart or not, you who have watched this, especially to the end like this, you are breaking free of all your known holding patterns and limitations and preconceived notions. All of it. Your filter is being cleaned and you're going beyond your known universe here after these eclipses that have just happened. We're in it now. Just watch this divine timing. I heard by my might, not yours. So let the divine show you what's coming next. Dare the divine to open your eyes to what you need to see. And we have greatness. I thought there was another card there for a second. Greatness. Okay. Never underestimate the power of dreams and the influence of the human spirit. We are all the same in this notion. The potential for greatness lives within each of us. Yeah, so find the greatness within you. Feminines, this expression on this card, she's really looking at the greatness in her. When the world says to go this way or that, to think this or that, what is that greatness in you? What is that unique greatness in your perspective, your epiphanies, your truth? Find that today, at this time, and in all things. Each choice you have to make, each action you take. What is that greatness, that righteousness, that truth, that knowing? As you bring that focus into you that way, your masculine's showing up more and more, I'm hearing. All right, many blessings. Bye for now.